Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello my main friends, my name is Syafira putri hefra and I'm from 1CD4 Accounting in Polytechnic State of Paris. So in this moment, let me practice our presentation about my material is part of speech. So here are of my screen share of part of speech. Let's start it. This presentation is for my exam in General English by my supporting lecturer is Mrs. Mutia Damayanti, SPD, MPD. Definition. Part of speech is the type of word that is a series or merger of a sentence into a solid and gives a meaning or understanding of the word to the reader and listener. Function. In the theoretical part of speech gives us an understanding of the wording in English and learn how the performance or use of grammar rules in a word. So here are the points that I want to explain to you. First is guide, part of speech in English. And second is kind of every guide, part of speech in English. And the third is example of part of speech. First is guide to part of speech in English. So there are 9 guides to part of speech. First, the first is nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, pronouns, preposition, conjunction, and determiners. And last is interjection. So let's talk about nouns. In English, nouns is a word used to identify any a class of people, place, animals, idea, concept, or thing in same explanation that a word that describe a verb, an adjective, or another adverb and tells by using where, when, how, and to what extent. Next is kind of noun. First is countable. Countable is a word containing elements can be calculated in number easily or also referred to as a noun that can be counted. Second is uncountable. This type of word is a type of word that cannot be counted in number or objects that number so much that they cannot be counted. Paper noun. Paper noun is a type of word that is a name or nickname so that the front letter is capitalized. This type can also be referred to as a specific noun referring to the naming of an object, nickname, or name. Common noun. Nouns that are common or common, so that the front letter of the common noun is not capitalized, thus not specific the name of a word. Next is abstract noun. Noun is a word that expresses abstract things such as ideas, concepts, states, feelings, and so on. Collective noun is a collective noun or group or name or refers to a group of animals, peoples, or objects. Last is construct noun. Is a word that is something tangible and the word is material. Second is verb. A verb used to express the action or state of a subject to denote an event or circumstance or show the meaning of the activity. Kind of verbs. There are 3 kinds of verbs. First is action transitive verbs. Indicates the action or ownerships and use is continued with direct object. The example is have, give, write, ask, buy, eat, make, show, eat, drink, sit, and stand. Second is action verb intransitive. Shows action but is not followed by a direct object. example is arrive, rise, wait, come, go, smile, and read. Linking verbs that indicate the subject mood. Taste, be, remain, act, looks, and look, seen. Next is adjective. Adjective is an adjective used to provide information on nouns and pronouns. Adjective has no other shape or type. An adjective modifies es or qualifies es or limits the meaning of a noun or a pronoun. It answers the question what kind, which one, how many, and how much. Next is kind of adjectives. A proper adjective is formed from a proper noun. The example, Canada sunset, Herculean strength. And the second is a compound adjective is a word composed of two or more words. Sometimes these words are hyphenated. Next is adverb. An adverb is a word or an expression that modifies a verb, adjective, another adverb, determiner, clause, preposition, or sentence. Adverbs typically express manner, place, time, frequency, degree, level, or certainty. Answering questions such as how, in what way, when, where, and to what extent. This is called the adverbial function and may be performed by single words adverbs or by multi-word adverb, phrase, and adverbial clauses. Next is kind of adverb. There are 5 of kind of adverb. First is adverb of manner. The example is fast, softly, quickly, well, slowly, and hard. Second is adverb of time. The example is yesterday, this morning, this afternoon, daily, recently, tonight, and early. The third is adverb of degree. Enough, so very, too quiet, just and almost. Adverb of frequency. The example is usually, rarely, always, often, sometimes, barely, and daily. And the last is adverb of place. The example is behind, in, below, above, somewhere, and near. Next is pronoun. The pronoun used to replace the word noun. The use of pronoun can be prevent the occurrence of repetition of words that can cause discourse that is owned badly. Kind of pronoun. First is personal. It's a pronoun to replace the shell word people. The example is I, you, they, we, she, he, and it. Second is demonstrative pronoun. To replace the indicate word corresponds to volume as well as distance. The example is these, that, those, and these. Third is interrogative. To ask questions. Who, which, whose, and what. The fourth is indefinite, to state the general things. The example is another, anything, everyone, everything, someone, none, nothing, and anywhere. 5 is possessive, to show belonging or ownership. Mine, yours, hers, and his. 6 is reciprocal pronoun, to denote the word when two or more of subjects perform one action against each other. 7 is relative pronoun for relative cause, who, which, whom, whose. And the last is reflexive to state the subject receives action from the verb. Myself, yourself, ourself, and themselves. Next is preposition. Categorization of words that have their own function and use, or it can also be called the components of the word forming sentence in English. Words are then combined with nouns or pronouns to form a phrase. The phrase is then used to describe a noun, adjective, or verb connecting objects with other parts of a sentence. Kind of preposition. Preposition of time: after, during, until, since, and before. Second, preposition of place: in, on, at, above, and under. Third, preposition of movement: inside, outside, into, towards, up, and off. Fourth is preposition of manner: without and like and by. Fifth is preposition of purpose: for. And the last is preposition of measure or quantity: by and for. Conjunction is a word that serves to connect two words, phrases, clauses, so that it becomes a sentence. A conjunction connects words or group of words. There are three types of conjunction: coordinating conjunction, correlative conjunction, and subordinative conjunction. Kind of conjunction. Coordinating conjunction is a conjunction that connects two grammatical forms together. The example: and, but, yet, or, far, for, and so. Second is subordinating conjunction, which is a conjunction that connects the parent, the sentence, with the sentence child. Example: since, although, after. Third, correlative conjunction, which is a paired conjunction: either, or, between, and, from, rather than, if, then. Determiners: a word or group of words placed in front of a noun to limit the meaning of the noun. In traditional grammar, determiners are often called limiting adjectives. Although their meaning differs from ordinary adjectives, if both were in the noun phrase, limiting adjective would be in front the adjective. Kind of determiners. Article: a word used with nouns to denote the type of reference meant by the noun. Possessive is grammatical word or construction used to denote the relationship of ownership in the broad sense. Quantifier: it is a type of determine that indicates quantity. Distributives: it is used to denote a group of objects, people, a part, or a part of a group. Number: members of a word class that refers to number, or a subclass of determiners. 6 is ordinal number: members of a word class or subclass of determiners. An ordinal number is a number that represents a stage. Last is interrogative: is a member of a word class or a subclass. Next is interjection, or often also called exclamation. It's a word that is spoken spontaneously to express feelings or thoughts that are felt or appear suddenly, such as surprise, pleasure, pain, wonder, and so on, or are short utterance used to express emotion. Kind of interjection. There are many of kind of interjection, something like to attract attention, reluctance, call, show reproaching, show a finding, show a farewell, show a fear, bring about an eviction, encourage joy, show interrogation, and show praise or respect. Next point is example to part of speech in English. Now, people like farmer, mechanic, father, hurricanes, and another example that we can use to for a people. Next is places: oceans, Canada, Spain, and another country or city. Things: pen, brace, drill, phone, bag, and bicycle. And the last is ideas: life, inspiration, courage, anxiety, happiness, and eagerness. Verbs: My sister doesn't want to talk to him. Her friends talked to me yesterday. Gina hasn't talked to me yesterday. Where do you play badminton? I played tennis yesterday. I tried to call you yesterday and she called me yesterday. Next is adjectives. The example is you are a beautiful woman and you deserve beautiful things. And the second is it's a wonderful image of a unique city. And the third is a lion sleeps in the heart of every brave man. Fourth is they are friendly and helpful. Five is many people want to be rich and happy. And six is here is a dangerous, we need to be careful. And the last is she likes to buy expensive things. Next is adverbs. She runs so fast. I think positively about you. There is my phone under my bed. I put your table on the bed. There is a big mall besides my apartment. She do the text so good. Pronouns. I myself send the letter. Who is that guy? I've met the person who lives next my house. Do you want to buy this? Everyone needs drink. She don't know one another. Preposition. I start playing a piano at 2008. I am happy being your friend. I go to the office by bus. You have been watching since 10 p.m. until 11 p.m. The coffee shop is near my house. The clock is over the table. Conjunction. I will call you when I get home. I love reading and singing. She wants a house, but she can't afford it. The more we learn part of speech and know about grammar, the less we face difficulties in writing. I was up all night and therefore I fell asleep at my desk. Determiners. Did you enjoy the show? Please give me a little water. All your things are on the table. Your clothes is in the laundry. The orange are so sweet. He is looking for a job in Jakarta. Interjection. Wow, this house is so big. Oh my god, I forgot to take my phone in the toilet. Hey you, where is the toilet? Yippee, I like this coffee. Your word is so disgusting. Yummy, this food is so delicious. So, I think that's all about my presentation. Thank you for your attention and sorry for all our mistakes. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to put your question and give me a critical or something, a message that I can learn be more about Marvel Sports. Billahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye bye.